So this brought some controversy into the fan base. The 2023-24 season tickets are on stale? Maybe they're going stale. They're on sale. Reading from the club website, season tickets for the 2023-24 are back on sale now ahead of the Owls' playoff campaign and will be available until Monday, May 15th. Prices represent the cheapest current way to watch Wednesday next term and are irrespective of our divisional status. Status is the British one. Thank you.
Status, yes.
I've been reading some different things in different accents for different things recently, so I'm still getting my words mixed up in my brain. Adult season tickets are priced from £22.17 per game, while our junior supporters under 11 pay just £5.21 per game in the grandstand family area. Our popular finance offer is available once more, giving Wednesdayites the option to spread the cost of your season ticket over 6 or 10 months. Supporters using... No, I'm not pimping that. Season tickets are in sale in person from the ticket office Monday to Saturday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Or go to telephone, and I'm not giving you the number because the prices are ridiculous.
Yep.
You want a season ticket on the cop if you're an adult? It's £5. That's £510, please. You're under 25, well, that's fine. Just the £390, that'll be, sir. Under 17, that's fine. I'll balance the genders out there. That's fine, miss. Why not £200? There we go. Under 11s, 120 quid for an under 11 on the cop, and the grandstand is 290. The North Stand. Oh, maybe it's a bit more reasonable this year. The adult price is £640. £640, Jack. Under 25, 490. Under 17, £200. The grandstand, 640, the same thing. Do you want to know what the South Stand is? For an adult, £720 for potentially League One football. £720. You do realise Premier League season tickets are cheaper than that, some of them.
See, this is an interesting one. So
yes, you've got to go on.
So this is, I know obviously you're anti these prices and you think they should be lower. And let me now just offer several points that are sort of the counteraction of that. Number one. I can't
wait for this.
Number one. These season tickets were offered in January for about £100 less on the main, say the adult one.
So just £620, Jack. Very reasonable.
At the same time, there's that. So you have the chance to get them at a cheaper price with that, right? Again, there's the recovery period from COVID. All clubs have had to put prices up because of the recovery of the money, the money financial loss from the pandemic. There's that. There's the current... Yes, of course, there's a cost of living crisis. And there's the argument, of course, that supporters can't afford these sort of prices because of the cost of living crisis. But it's not just domestic prices, i.e., what everybody's spending privately in their home lives for petrol, all that jazz. Business expenses will be going through the roof. Like the cost to actually run the ground, electricity, gas, all that sort of thing. That's going up. Business tax is going up. All of these prices don't just go up for us as individuals living in this country. They go up for businesses. They go up for football clubs. How do you... I know, obviously, Mr. Chansiri is funding the club out of his own pocket, yes. But to a certain degree, it's taking the piss a little bit if you're asking for, step 6 level prices. So say going to a ground that's 4 leagues underneath League One, that I know of a couple, and I've been to a couple, that is £9 per ticket, per match day ticket for an adult, right? That's the sort of prices that a lot of Wednesday fans seem to be wanting to pay. And yes, sure, other clubs, Sheffield United offer much cheaper prices across the other side of the city, right? But look at the financial turmoil they're in. Reading have offered similar sort of season ticket prices, normal ticket prices. Look at the financial turmoil they're in. All football clubs are experiencing massive turmoil when they've been offering such cheap prices for their tickets. And I totally agree. For it's very high for League One, sure. Ipswich have got much higher season ticket prices for theirs. There's other clubs that have got higher season ticket prices than us.
Right.
So I don't. It's that whole thing of like, well, sure, yes, they might be higher than other clubs, but you're setting the mark against Burton Albion. You're setting the mark against Akron,
no, I'm
clubs
not.
that have been in League One for a while.
Right. Okay, here's the thing, mate. Okay, this is the counter to this. I know what you're trying to say. Verging on something I can't say for thinking too politically on this channel, even though I know you're not. It's one of those where...
Tory, isn't it? Yep. Yeah.
Everybody is feeling this in some way. And I don't say, well, no, not everybody is, but people, the majority of people are. People who wouldn't usually feel this sort of thing are feeling the current state of it. And the counter-argument I have got, mate, do you want to know how much a season ticket is at Nottingham Forest, who are currently playing Premier League football, for an adult?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Go on. Yep.
Their maximum price that I can currently see here on their top stand, £660. Their top stand. Their average price, this is for an adult, £465 for an adult for Premier League football. Very close to us.
But therein is your counter-argument. Premier League football.
Yes. Here's the thing, though.
Premier League TV money,
why aren't the teams?
Big sponsorships from the Premier League.
Why aren't the teams around us doing that? Right. The thing is, Jack, it's not just this season. It's not just this season we've been doing this. Chancery's season ticket prices have always been egregious. Always. And that is the problem we are facing, because the football has not always been the same on the pitch. 700 odd quid, mate, for potentially League One football. It's a joke. That's expensive for Championship football. I don't know, but we're not... right, balance the books some other way, right? Because we're not spending, mate. We're not spending as it is, right? And you won't sell these, and people will have to give up the season tickets, because we are getting to a point now where I know a lot of people... Right, and don't forget, this is meant to be, like, it's grassroots. Working man city, working man's game, okay? It's... I use the word man there because I didn't want to use the word class, but... Yes. I realised I've gendered it, but you know what I mean.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
But basically, it's meant to be accessible, and that's not accessible. That isn't accessible, right? And I know if you go there all the time, and it works out at what did they say in the breakdown when I read that earlier? The breakdown is like it's £22.17 a game from by the way.
Yes. So that's basically that's the cop price. To be on the cop will be £22.17 for an adult per game. As the breakdown. So
I honestly say, man, if you charged £465 for a season ticket in most places in Wednesday, you would sell a lot more season tickets. Do you know what, mate? I work weekends, so you know. I said I can't justify getting a season ticket again because I might be working a Saturday, I might be working a Sunday, so there'll be a lot of games that I have to go. Oh, I'm working the Saturday that week, I can't go. For about 465 quid, would probably do it. You know, I'd potentially do it. I know you could say, oh, well, why didn't you do it at 510 quid sort of thing? Or was it 510 quid on the cop? Yeah. But the lower it gets and the more value it gets. Just the South Stand being £720 when I'm literally just looking at... It's just Forest's is such good pricing, by the way. Forest. And they've had... I'm just really finding it tone deaf. It's so tone deaf, Jack. And I know what you're saying, but everybody's struggling. So why does it have to reflect back on the fans? Why can't it be somewhere else in the club? Why can't it be in a wage structure, in a player wage structure? Yeah,
that's the sort of question for Liam Dooley: is where is the big, huge sponsorship that would be needed to supplement this sort of thing? Because Nottingham Forest, let's not forget, for years and years and years, their prices was great because their big main sponsor was 32 Red, the gambling company, and Chancery doesn't want to touch gambling companies as the sponsorship as much as he possibly can. There have been a few gambling companies that have come in and said, we'll sponsor you for this big amount of money, but he hasn't want to go wanted to go that route because it's a gambling company, you know?
I've just found the biggest counter argument to what you said, by the way. I'm not just trying to disprove everything you said, by the way, Jack, but I want to offer balance, right? Derby County, right? Financial issues like us, we're in same situation. Their season ticket, I'm looking at their top tier season ticket that I can find currently, £432. Top tier. Their, if you want to sit behind the goal, this is for adults, by the way, it's about between £265 and £300. So their buy-ins around 265 quid at Derby. And that's for an adult. That's not for here, you know? Like, that's our league. That's a club you'd think the similar sort of situation we've been in recently. And that is a club that is looking for the fans and wants the fans there. If you did that for Wednesday, you would have a lot more season ticket holders. Christ, I'd snap your hand off for a ticket at around 280 quid. Do you know what I mean? And I just think it's
an interesting debate, though, because at Derby, they've obviously had all the financial issues. They've effectively, that's the EFL that have come in and set those prices. And that's just to break even. That's not to make a profit. Those prices will be contributing to them breaking even. So
the thing is, though, mate, you're looking at people who combine things with their families. So it's not just like you and me going, oh, I want a season ticket, I'm going to buy a season ticket, right? You go, oh, I want to sit on the, the grandstand or the south stand or somewhere because it's a little bit tamer, in inverted commas, for my kids. So I'm going to buy a season ticket. That's going to cost me 720 quid. And then I've got one kid that's under 17, so he has to have an under 17 because he's over 11 or she's over 11, and it's 200 quid. So you're at 920 quid there. And then I've got another kid, they're under 11. I'm going to have to pay 120 quid for them. You're taking a couple of kids to the match, you're looking at £1,000 just for that stand, you know? If you take them on the cop, you're still looking at, so 510, add 200, add 120. It's a lot of money to think about getting the families and the young families into the game, you know? And I just don't... I don't think it's fair for this club, and I want to actually say that because it's not what this club should be about. Because the thing is, the other side of the city are doing it. They've got a cheaper structure, and we are the bigger club.
But they're in the financial crap, mate. They've literally got to wait for the Premier League promotion payout to be able to pay their players bonuses. They're in the dirt.
I know
they are.
They are. But we've still been in the financial mud with that, though. I'm telling you, the season tickets aren't the financial. What you've probably hit the nail on the head was there is probably sponsorships and doing the right sponsor deals and doing the right merchandising deals and revenue deals and streaming deals and things like that. Because other clubs can do it and they can get sustainability in there. We have got. What is happening here is realising we have got a big fan base and a big core of a fan base that will buy season tickets and going, oh, we can just charge what we want.
Yeah.
And it's not acceptable. It's not. And yes, you could have bought in earlier, but it's just seeing that sort of money. It just got my back up, man. Right? Because we're not at that level for that sort of money. And you can't just look at it in the vacuum of Sheffield Wednesday and avoiding financial worries because other clubs aren't doing it to that extent. And we can't just be the one-off and let us get away with it.
Many, like
not
I understand
everyone.
As well, with the sponsorship.
Not everyone.
Other clubs have got a sponsorship that they've had for many years. Who they've got a good deal with a sponsorship. For us, for so many years, our bloody shirt sponsorship was Chancery.
Yeah, and that was his way of putting the money in there.
Other clubs have gone for stadium naming rights sponsorships as well.
Yeah,
and stuff, and they've got money from that. They've got like stands that have got a sponsorship on them. So the friggin' insert company here stand or whatever. And we haven't done that. And we haven't got, like, I often wonder, have loads of sponsorships undercut us with how much they're paying for a sponsorship then? Because I know we've got, do you remember as well? We announced so many different, like, proud club partners are Cadbury. So where's the big, like, where's all the song and dance about Cadbury? Where's all the song and dance about this, that, and the other? And clearly it can't be a big sponsorship then. And that's the annoying thing, is like, why are we not actively trying to get big sponsorships in? it's, and I understand as well. The counter argument as well.
Jay used to have this theory on that it's our fan base on Twitter that does it.
I can see it with how toxic it was about Darren Moore recently. I can see that. I can see that.
You know, we were comparing clubs a minute ago. We were just talking about like clubs around Ipswich who've just gone up second, right? And this is another argument of like they've got money and they're spending money, right? And they're not in financial worries, so they are not. They are at our level and they are not in financial trouble. Because it's not like St. Chansiri hasn't got money; he's got money, right? And we seem to have like balanced the books a little bit more now. I'm just looking. £478 for an adult season ticket here. A more expensive area of the ground. So like our South Stand, theirs is £580. They're more expensive, sort of like, you know, the premium seats, sort of the cushy seats right in the middle of their main stand. The most expensive, £657. Yes, you've got your premium packages that are like £1,000 and stuff like that, but they're different packages. They've just gone up second. They're spending money. They're doing the right things, and they're pricing their fans reasonably. All I ask is to price the fans reasonably. It's not reasonable at the minute.
Oh yeah. Mm.
And that's the problem.
But again, they've done that as well because they've just had investment. They've just had investment from, I think, a consortium of some sorts. And they've also got megabucks from bloody Ed Sheeran and his mathematical symbols being on their shirts and everything. So they've got that massive revenue stream, which then means that they've cut down the prices again. So it's just this... It's finding a big money avenue into the club that we need to find. Otherwise, fans are just going to keep getting the brunt of it, and like there's nowhere else to put it. If the merch side is still crap, like it is, like the merch side is crap. There's replica shirts and stuff, but everything else is just awful. Like we need to do a deal with the Terrace or somebody like that, or just get better friggin' designers in to design our merch that isn't the replica kits, because that'd sell loads. It's the merch side.
I respect your counter argument on this, but I think one thing that I'm always going to come back to. I know you are, and I know what you're doing, and it's fair because there will be that there. But I just think the fans should never take the brunt of it. We've took the brunt of everything else. We're the ones that took the, humiliating points deduction, relegation, the way it all went down, players, ridiculing our club and not taking our club seriously. We've been through it for the years. What we shouldn't have is when we decide to support the club, have to pay an absolute fortune in season tickets. It's not fair. Because they're most of those fans are the ones that go all the time. They're buying a season ticket, they want to be there. And they're the ones that take the brunt of it. It's not right. But let us know what you think in the comments on that one, because I'm sure that's going to be a big thing that people think about.
Everybody's going to shout at me now, call me a Tory and elitist. He doesn't know what he's on about. Ooh, armchair. Blah, blah, blah. That's what's going to be loads of the comments, isn't it? I know it.
Yeah, and it's probably going to be a breakout as well, so put your tin hat on.
Love it.